All right, so you guys have any questions, from last week of your trades or what you've been looking at and stuff like that? So that's basically what this recording is going to be about. Basically, you guys have any questions, have any issues you guys are having, stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess because I kind of like the miss the first half of it. I just had the main question is like sort of like kind of sort of get him down to the basics of what you were doing. So you had the let me open up a chart. Hang on. So you were just literally doing the markups, like the 4 hour boxes. So having that indicator on, going to the 4 hour, marking up the swings, and then trading between those. Is that it?
Yeah.
Is that as simple as that, really? Okay, cool.
Right.
Okay, cool. And
have you guys took any trades or?
Yeah, I mean, I took one yesterday. That yeah, it was profitable. Took one today that's profitable, and I'm in another one today that's kind of in a bit of drawdown on what pair is it? Let me open up. Euro USD, yeah, that's right. That's what I'm looking at.
And what you're selling Euro USD?
I was buying it.
And you're losing it?
No, it's in a bit of a drawdown at the moment because I traded a break of structure on the 15-minute. It was the yeah, you can see there. So like that jump up, I got pinged in like a bit higher than the. Oh no, hang on, let me look now. It's about break even now. To be fair, yeah, it's come back up, which is great news. Yeah, but I mean, the main thing was just kind of like feeling a bit sort of like unsure about it because obviously on MT4 it kind of does it for you. So it's like that sort of like feeling a bit unconfident in sort of my marking the structures. Do you know what I mean? So then kind of like, when that sort of like frustration kicks in, to like, are you doing it right? That kind of thing. Do you know what I mean?
I can give you an example of how I will mark up a chart.
That would be really useful, man.
Okay, so let me go to another chart that I already marked up. Go to this one. So first I will go to the daily. And when I go to the daily, I would just mark up areas I know that are I see that price has come to, and it usually be a line there. So I usually look for the line.
Yeah.
Of structure. So that's one. Yeah,
those two match up, don't they? Yeah.
Right. I was going to mark this one, but the reason why I didn't mark this one here, I'll show you why. Because price just shot through it.
Yeah, it's shot through it twice.
Even though it did actually break through it and retest this area, you could have used that one, but I was just like, I'm not going to use it. So I didn't use it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
I didn't use this one either. You could have used this one. I didn't use it because price was not in that area at the moment. If I seen price in that area, I would have went to it and marked that up. But I try to use the areas that I see prices at. I don't want to mark areas where price is not at and then just have a bunch of lines all over the chart, a bunch of boxes.
Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, that's really good to know because that's where that's when I was having to mark it out myself, I was like, are you going back? How far are we going back? Because otherwise you just end up with boxes all over the place. And it's just like, and price is like respecting some of them and not respecting the others, are just all over the place.
Right.
So you kind of keep it recent price.
Right, more recent. Like usually you can usually keep it right here, but if not, if you see price and there's nothing there, always look to the left, because it always leave clues. And that was considered, if price was here when it was going up, if I would have marked this area here, I would have seen that it rejected, and I could have been looking for an entry for a sale right there too. So, but on a lower time frame. So then I go to my 4 hour, and as you can see, remember guys, I told y'all last week on the daily, I told y'all about this last week.
Yeah.
That candle here, it was right here, and I was like, it's about to sell. It's being able to make this big drop on the 4 hour, and it dropped. This from this area here is about 300 pips.
Yeah.
So, and it looked like it's making a head and shoulder, so it's probably going to drop again. But yeah, I will mark my areas up here, Didn't mark this area here, but I would usually do it. Being that price is close to it. So this will be
Yeah.
my next area here.
Nice. I guess it kind of matches up with the previous structures. I like the line that's just like to the left of it.
Right. This one here, I marked this one up too. Because on a lower time frame, that was an area the price respected.
For quite a long time, to be fair. Yeah.
Right. So that there, this is a 4 hour. So this is about this can be a whole day. This is a whole day of price to stay here. So that's why I got it there. And then I would just go to I don't mark up the hour. I just mark to go straight to the 15. And
Yeah.
then I just line it up and I know what price is doing now. So being that I looked at the market and first of all, let me look at the daily again. We got selling volume. It look like it's retesting this area here. Possibly going to drop again. So this right here, I'll be waiting for a retest, possibly up here somewhere.
Yeah.
Right up in here, and then drop. I'll put my stop above here, or I'll put my stop above here or above here. If I'm going for a big move, a big drop, I'm probably gonna put my stop above here. And the reason why I'm gonna do that is because they're going to stop the first initial spot. They could break that.
Yeah.
But the second one, if they're in a downtrend, they're not going to break two levels high back to back. They usually break one though.
Yeah.
So yeah, if I was going to short that, it'd be something like this around here. When they get around this area, I'll be looking to short it. This is about 30 something pips, and I'll be going for like this area. But being that this risk to reward is not off, this off, I wouldn't be taking it. Because it's too much off for me. So I wouldn't take that. I would probably have to lower my stop loss if I was going, and I'll lower my lot size if I was trying to catch this. Because the only reason why I would do that is because I can't get this area here. But if I think it's going to drop still, I would just lower my lot size to make sure that I'm able to catch this trade. And if it do pull back, it's not a significant loss of mine for me.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, that's nice.
But like I said, sometimes being that this is a structured area too, it don't have a line here. They could just come back here and break all the way up here and then stop. Or, you can put it up a little bit above, probably 30 pips. Because they could come up here and touch this area and break, but I don't think they're coming way up here like that. So this could potentially be a sell. Or if I wanted to, if I didn't trust the trade, I'll just do this also. I'll just wait for them to break this area here.
Yeah.
If they break this area here and then retest it, and I know they can possibly come back and retest all the way up here.
Yeah.
But they're not gonna come way up here.
And
if they come to retest this area here and stop here, I'll be in this trade. I can catch that pip and put my stop loss right here.
Nice.
And then catch that from there to there. But those are like some of the ways I would trade that. That's how I'll be looking at. That's how I mark up my charts. The 15, I mark up levels on the 15 when price is close to those areas.
Okay.
So these lines are here, but I'm only looking at this one specifically because they've been making lower lows, as you can see. So they've been dropping. They're going to drop again, possibly. We got volume in here. So they're possibly going to keep dropping it. And when they do drop it and retest it, it's possible you can get a sell from here to here. But yeah, that's how I mark up my charts. I keep it very simple. I don't try to, overdo things. This trade here, I missed yesterday, right here.
That's a nice trade, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't pull the trigger. We thought it was going to come down a little further, and it actually tapped directly to this area here.
Yeah.
I told her to be conservative because we had kind of made a lot of money already that day, and I was just like, I wanted to go down a little further, deeper in there, and I was going to get an entry here so my stock would be a little smaller. But they didn't, and I was looking at this candle, and this candle was coming back up, and I was like, come back down, please come back down and touch this area, because I was just like, I think I seen something on the on my chart, and I was just like, I know they're gonna pull it back. I know they're gonna buy up, and they bought up directly to my take profit was right here on my trend line on a high time frame, and as you can see, price been playing at that trend line over and over and over. So yeah, that's. And right here, of course, is just liquidity up here.
I do like it. I do like a break and retest. That's like kind of I've had like two wins in a row so far, and then that Euro USD, hopefully that pans out. It's been break and retest. It's a really nice sort of way of trading in the
Right.
context of the 4-hour structures.
Right. See, because
It's
it
really
like
nice.
you if you don't have it correctly, you know, you could lose if you're just doing all break and retest if you're not following the 4-hour structure. And now
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can even
exactly.
lose, having the right time frame because they would say if you did a break and retest here, right?
Uh-huh.
Or here, and they retested this area and you
Yeah.
put your stops here, they could literally come back and retest all the way back here to stop you out and then go up.
Yeah,
So
right.
that's the way you could lose. That's why I say the safest way is if you got a room, like if I know it's room way up here,
Uh-huh.
I can long this. Hold up. Let's see. I could long this trade here from here, right? No, I'm sorry, from here.
Mm-hmm.
When they come down here to stop, when they come to get out, if I got my stop loss right here, and I got my stop loss below this area here, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can target. I know what I'm targeting. I'm targeting way up here. So this is a 2.63.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be okay
That's
with
nice.
that.
Yeah, that's nice.
If this is just an example, of course, but I'm saying like if I was in a real life trade, that's how I'll be looking at it.
Yeah, nice. That makes sense. Yeah, because they do like to sort of push through the like previously broken structure and then shoot back up. Exactly, actually, bang on Euro USD today. It nearly
Right,
hit my stop, but luckily my stop was far enough away
right.
because I thought they might do that because you've been obviously like sort
Look
of
how
like
clean this
freaky.
trade was here. Like I just didn't take it. Look, it's literally I had a 2.41 risk reward ratio. I had it right above the second structure here. Because I
Yeah,
know
it's
if they
nice.
came here, this was a very strong structure. But if they came back to decide to retest this one, I was cool with it because they would have had to break below another structure. And I know they didn't
Right.
want to break. And the reason why I know they weren't going to do that, and I'm going to show you why. If you look to the left, it's been ranging the whole time between these two areas.
Yeah.
So when it finally broke out, I knew it was going to come back and retest. They have to.
Mm-hmm.
And when they do, I'm going to take it. And
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't
nice.
take it. That was a nice trade right there. And I was going to put a little bag on that trade too, but that didn't work out. So we took US, but one really worked out. It was I think it was US Nas 100. I think it was Nas 100. I think it was Nas. Which one was it? Was it Nas? I think it was. This it wasn't this day, it was this day. See, Nas, and we were supposed to hold this and Nas went up. But Nas broke out New York session, but didn't give us the
Yeah.
retest.
Uh-huh.
We wanted to retest. If it had came back and retest, would have bought it, but it didn't do it
Right.
today. Today, I trapped it again. It didn't do anything. It just ranged between these areas, so I didn't have no trade. But here, this is what I was telling you what they do. They broke here,
Yeah.
came back to retest here.
Yeah. Previous level.
I put my stops below here because I already know what they were going to do. They like to do that a lot. So if they're going to break, if they're going to come out this range, they're not going to come back and retest. They're going to break all these zones to come back and then go back like that. They're going to break their majority of the time. They're going to retest this area here. I mean, retest this probably the second level, but they're not going to take out the second level. They just retest it.
Yeah.
And they did that.
So I mean, because there's liquidity there, isn't there? Like below that first level, there's plenty of
Right.
liquidity. Like people have got their pendings above and then liquidity below.
Exactly.
Right.
So we actually caught a really good trade. I actually waited. I didn't even get in. Actually, as soon as it got here, I actually waited a little bit. And it pulled down some. I think I got in around this area here, and
Mm-hmm.
that was a really good trade. She made a really
Yeah.
good amount of money on that trade. She had like three entries on. She had three entries. She took all three of them. So yeah, I
Not
think
what
we
all
further.
on all like pet all. She took three on that break and retest there.
Yeah, she took on this
Nice.
one. She took one. She had a trade on this one. She had a trade on US 30 and Nas. I mean and SPX.
Nice.
So she took
Nice.
all three of them and won all three. Like they
That's
all was
big.
in deep profit. So it like I in another training I will show y'all guys how to do this, how to trade these indices because they're really not that hard. Once you
Yeah.
know how to break and retest, it's really that simple.
Is that so? Is that how you guys are kind of focusing at the moment, like volume and break and retest?
Right. So
Nice.
majority of the time I really don't focus on volume as much unless I'm going another way because the reason why volume usually when I get the retest, I'm not waiting for it to come back out of there to get the trade. When
Right.
it hit that area, I'm in that trade.
Uh-huh.
So if it broke here and it came back and retest, I'm here. My stop loss is below here,
Uh-huh.
and I'm taking it up. I'm not going to. I don't wait for the candle to close. The reason why is because sometimes if they'll touch it and they'll just push up. They do that with indices a lot. So you have to be careful. If you want to wait for the candle to close, yes, you're just going to have a bigger stop loss now. So now the candle might close up here. Your stop loss got to be way down here. So, and the structure might be here. So you got to, that's not a 1 to 2. You're going to have like a 1 and a 1.5. And I don't want that.
Right.
So the break and retest is you can wait for candles to close, but like for indices specifically, I wait for a break, retest, and I'm in the trade. Simple like this: break, retest. I'm in this trade. It's going as the candle is going down. It might be a little scary, but when you know the trend of the market and you know the trend of the indices, it's just a lot easier to trade.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah,
can we look at GU?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the thing for me. It's like that confidence of like, I'm just like, trusting my analysis, like trusting the boxes I've drawn, so that I know when it breaks, it's going to go back up. That's kind of like where I'm at.
What you
I
could
understand,
do is like I would go to TradingView and just go into replay and just start practicing.
Yeah, I think you're right.
That will help a lot too with this specific strategy, because that's what I do. Like I will go to TradingView, I would draw my lines and so on and so forth from the 4 hour. And then I would just start going to the 15 and go back about 2-3 weeks. And then I would just start marking up levels and so on and so forth and go like that. And I'll be going about 85%, something like that. Sometimes it'd be like 70. Then I test different strategies. Sometimes I go 60 something, but my risk to reward be so good I don't lose any money. Never lose any money. So it just be like that. And you learn a lot about the strategy too. That's another reason why you want to do it. If you're using indicators, you also want to learn about the indicators too. So why not use it with the indicators you're using, because you're going to see them in live time on how the indicators look. So you don't see no difference, so on and so forth.
Okay, I got you.
So yeah, like you can test the MACD, all that. Like you can test all that stuff with the higher time frame analysis, and you would see, a little difference in the market. You win a lot more than you lose, I'll tell you that.
That's
but
nice.
Yeah,
I guess, so how do you, when with the 4 hour structures, like what are the telltale, like how do you know when a new 4 hour structure is being made? If you see what I mean, like do you just have to take the L for the reversal kind of thing?
Okay, so when I go to the 4 hour, if I see like right
now,
now,
when I'm back testing and I'm replaying it, it's like, how do you sort of expect the flip almost, or do you see what I mean?
Okay, so I will go back previously before that market before where I'm going to replay it at. So you go back before that and draw your zones from there. So when you're drawing your zones from there, those zones are still being reactive at that time from the 15-minute chart. And then
I see. So it's like you can test it, like so you can see what would have happened. Okay, I got you.
Right. Or you can even draw your zones first on that chart, right? And then draw your zone on that chart. Don't take the trade the first time it hit the box, because you already know what it's going to do. But we know when the box is set itself there, and then the next time, you're going to take that trade. Does that make sense?
I see what you mean. So like you let it hit the box because the box is kind of cheating, but after that you then trade as if it's like, because it's hit the box, the direction, so then you trade from there.
Right.
Yeah, like that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so it won't look like you're cheating in the market and you already know it's there.
Yeah.
So that's another way to do it. And that's how I do it. I mark up my charts and then I go from there. Like I got gold marked up and like it's playing off this. I'm wondering if it's gonna bounce off this, go up or come back down through here.
But it's kind of broken out your trend line though, right? Which is a fairly long-term trend line.
Yeah, that's a very long-term trend line, and it's pretty decent. I have a pretty nice trend lines, as you can see, price bouncing off the trend line.
Yeah.
So pretty much it's been playing at this area for a while.
In that channel, yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I'm cool with that. This was a really good trade when you catch it off this right here, as you can see. So yeah, I mean, right as of right now, I'm looking to see what price going to do here. I already know what they did here. The liquidity was up here. Look what they do. They came up here, grabbed it, pulled it right back down. So
that's something I've sort of like I've seen you guys talking about liquidity a lot, and it's kind of like a really like a really nice way of understanding why levels get broken, and then
Yeah.
you know, sort of like the fake, what's it, the fake out?
Yeah,
Like,
fake
yeah,
out. So
yeah,
when I see these structures, you're not gonna see me buying at these structures no more like that. Like just buying soon as it get there.
uh-huh.
Because after a certain amount of experience, you know, you start seeing like you're gonna win some, but you're gonna lose some too. And
Mhm.
I'm all about, you know, getting better and better and better. So when I see this
Mhm.
happening, I see an area. The first thing I'm waiting for is a break, retest, drop, or if it's gonna respect it, it need to come up and then come back and touch it again, then drop, and then go back up. That's what
Mhm.
I'll be looking for because if it just come off this and then bounce up, most of the time it usually come back again and touch it again and then drop. I mean, then go
Yeah.
the other direction, which is a W. So that's what I'll be looking for. Same thing here. If it came here, touch off, I'll be waiting for it to touch it again and then look for my entry to get in that trade and come out. This is the 4 hour, by the way, so it just shot through it.
Yeah.
So, and that's just how it is. You have to understand what's going on. But look, it broke through, retest, and then came out. And this is why I told you on the 15-minute chart what I was looking at here. This is
Yeah.
my trade from here. So yeah, like like I said, I try to keep it fairly simple with the break and retest because we trying to make trading too hard. It's just that simple. As you can
Yeah, I
see,
mean, it's cool. I mean, I guess I was just kind of like, obviously we were doing like the whole RSI kind of vibe, but then we
yeah,
like changed to the break and retest. It's like the strategy is always evolving. But
right.
because I missed the call the other day, I just wanted to like confirm exactly what we were talking about, because like, yeah, we're always learning and growing. It's been really cool. But I just wanted to, yeah.
Right. I know like because I've seen people having problems with the RSI. Like it works, but some people was still having issues with the RSI. So I was just like, well, like I said, I have other stuff I can teach you guys too that's more potent than this. But like I said, it's to the level of I have to keep it simple because if I go too advanced, then some people won't understand it.
Well, it's really, I mean, it's really good, like the way it's coming through, because like that RSI strategy is like locked in my head now, and it's not like, yeah,
Yeah,
it's like a way to trade. Like I can trade that at a particular level if it's getting respected, so that's good. So it's kind of like,
exactly.
I understand volume now. I've just understood liquidity. Like, all these concepts are like going in. It does make your brain ache. There's a shitload to remember.
Right. It's just
Yeah.
like once you understand and you start mastering this, it's gonna be crazy. Like you're gonna be like, wow, this is crazy. But like
It's like it's being able to flow with the market. That's what it is, and that's what kind of I got a bit confused about. Is like
yeah, because the
sort of like,
market
if you
sometimes
can't look at it in one way, and that's why I was
right,
kind of like frustrated, because I was like, oh shit, like you've got to
right,
kind of just keep getting the concepts understood so you can flow with like every situation. So there's a lot to
mhm,
remember.
right, because this like there's different seasons for certain things, right? So
Uh-huh.
just like in life, there's different seasons. So you have to be very careful and mindful of what you're trading and when you're trading and how you're trading it. 'Cause certain pairs don't move the same. So certain strategies may not work as well on others on
Right.
certain pairs.
Yeah, like
So
GBP CHF swings all over the place.
right.
I
So
find
if
anyway.
you understand it, I mean, I can trade GBP CHF though really well. I
I
just
love
don't
GBP
trade it.
CHF.
The
Like
only
it's
reason
one
why
of
I
the
don't
most
trade it
generous
now
pairs when
because
it
they
comes to
have
back testing.
the reason why I wouldn't be trading it now is because they
Uh-huh.
have there is supposed to be might be a crash. Um, so I've heard so their risk to
The Black Swan
reward,
event.
huh?
Well, the Black Swan event.
I'm not sure. I just know it's what they. I don't know exactly the details about it. I just know they say it might be a crash with CHF. So they're saying that they're going to be doing like 1 to 10 instead of the 1 to 500. So like I'm not trading that right now. So I'm not trading no CHF pairs at this moment.
Oh, what in terms of leverage? Oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
leverage. Yeah.
right.
So I'm not trading any of those pairs right now. I'm really staying away from them at this moment. Um, I was looking at this too. As you can see, these was trades here, break, retest there, came back, broke here, retest here. Like it still happens all the time.
Yeah, when you look at it like that, it's just like blatant, isn't it?
Say it again.
When you look at it there, like on that chart, like the break and reset is just so blatant.
Right. And I mean, you know your stop loss not going to be that big, and you're going to catch some pips. And this is Bitcoin, so you could do this on a lot of pairs. Like it's not necessarily like you can't do it on any pairs. You can do it on all the pairs. Like this right here, my girlfriend, she took this trade here and she didn't tell me, and she ended up catching 120 some pips off this.
Nice.
And then wake up and tell me, but didn't tell me she got in this trade. So
The
I was like,
only
why you-
reason, because he says that I'm an aggressive trader a lot, which I don't feel like it sometimes. I am, but so yeah, I be holding back sometimes. But I saw it consolidate in there at the top, like at the end of the day, because it was an end of the day trade for me. But I saw like it broke down. I don't know if you could put your cursor where it broke down, but it like broke some structure. Yeah, right there. It broke down right there. It came down from that consolidation, like that it was doing the whole day. And so I was like, okay, it broke down. And then it retested back up, as you can see, like at the end of the day, I'm in the trade right there. And so my stop loss was right there. Yeah, that line. That zone right there, that was my stop loss. And so I just went to sleep, and then it did its thing. And I took profit a little bit under that zone, because there was, if you go to the left, all the way to the left, there was structure to the left, right there. Yep. So that was my take profit. So I caught all of that in my sleep this morning.
Easy. We love that. We love
But yeah,
that.
I like to,
I don't like
to
that.
test what he
She
teaches.
ain't let me know.
But yeah, he says I'm aggressive, but I be like, well, I see
Well,
it
at least
happening.
let me get a chance to see it first, and then let me make a decision on if I want to take it or not.
So yeah, I caught the bag this morning, and yeah, I actually didn't really. Well, I'm in some trades right now, like Euro USD and stuff like that. But
Well, are you short or
like
long on Euro USD?
long?
Long, I'm long.
That's good to hear. I'm long as well.
Yeah, I took.
Like fuck that.
I took this one too. This is the one I took right here. I took this one. I had this hit my TP was down here. It broke this structure here. I got in on this retest. I put my stop loss above here.
Yep.
And it just shot down and it came all the way down. When I woke up, it was right here. But I was still mad because I told her I was getting in this trade, but she didn't tell me she was getting in that trade. So
I see what's going on here.
I could have called both of
What
those.
is this, man?
When you're a couple, you always that's why you have your own accounts when you're a couple, because of that right there.
Yeah. As I'm teaching, my girlfriend wants to learn to trade, and I'm trying to teach her. And she's like, I'm going to trade my own account. I don't trust you. I'm like, yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah,
just say you've got your own account, haven't you? Just to like test on and stuff, because you wouldn't trust me. You want to do it yourself. Probably for the best, really, isn't it?
Another way, because some people don't know how to enter the trades, right? So another way I would enter, say if you didn't want to enter there, I use these right here too. I didn't have these on the screen. I use the MACD candles on here. They do have them on here, but they pop up. There they go.
Oh, also, if you see that little star, if you click on that little star next to it on the list, you can favorite it. And then it'll be up when you go to indicators. It'll be in like your favorites list, just to save you some time. You've already done it. Yeah, cool.
Thank you for that, man. Because I was over here looking for.
I wasn't sure if you knew that or not.
Let me take these off real quick. Okay. Yeah. Let me change the color. And this just basically if they clip. The dark is the clip. This is like when it's over the zero line. So
which is sell? Okay, you changed that to green. Yeah.
Okay, and then I just take all this off because I don't know what it is. Where they have all this stuff on here.
Also, if you on the defaults, if you go back on the indicator, I'll teach you another thing you might find really useful. Go to defaults, and then click save as default. So every time you open that, set that indicator, that will be the setting.
Okay, so I click it and I click save as default.
So you just click save as default, and then that will now every time you open that indicator, it will be like that.
Okay, that's awesome.
Nice one, man.
All right, so yeah, this is another way you can do it too. So you can trade it this way too if you want to wait with the MACD, the clip, so on and so forth. You still got entries. Still put your stops. It's a little safer. The reason why it's a little safer, because by the time they come up here, if they're going to stop hunt way up here, you would know that because it's going to be green and then it's going to turn red. When it turns red, you can get in that trade and put your stop loss above that area.
That's nice. That's nice. That's the thing that you know what I think that's the main thing for me is like the break and retest. Like is always they always retest deeper than I expect. We kind of
Right.
like puts me off. That's kind of
Right.
where I'm at with the whole break and like the break of structure thing.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what's
So
going
I
to
guess
happen. They're going to. So this is a safer way to do it. And by the way, by the time that happened, the volume kicks in too. So you actually catch the whole move. So that's another thing too. So you can catch moves this way, by the way, too.
it's
Even
like
trade
getting your head around this is like on that chart there. There's like just so many great trading opportunities.
right,
Just coming down is like break, retest, break, retest, break, retest, break, retest. It's just constant
right, because of the 4 hour structure. I told you when you're
for
dealing with the
sure.
4 hour and you got the volume on the 4 hour already, so you know it's going to break these lower time structures. You just need them to retest. I was so mad that this, well, not really mad. I was just frustrated that this did not retest. This
Yeah, yeah,
broke down and did not retest here. I was going to take this trade. Remember, I told you I was already in it, and I took some. I think I took out when it was Friday, and I got out.
yeah,
Right, and
yeah. That
then
makes sense.
it came down here, and I was like, yes, if it comes up to retest this area, I'm getting back in because I know this is about to drop. I see this. I said I know this is about to drop, and it didn't retest. So my rules is I gotta stick by my rules. I can't just get in and then it do retest and then it come all the way up here and break all this stuff and then I go on big super drawdown before it drop. Instead, I just wait for it to retest. Sometimes it don't give you the retest. Sometimes it does, and when it does, you take advantage of it.
Yeah, that's nice. I mean, there are plenty of pairs, aren't there?
Right. So I think like because what people get mixed up, I think with indicators, you know, is price action. At least that was my issue. Price action, mixing price action with indicators.
Yeah,
So that's the big thing where people have issues because they can't mix them both together.
I
If
think
you
I'm
can
one of
mix,
those people
huh?
at the moment.
Right. When you can mix both of them together, then things become a lot easier for you to be able to trade, so on and so forth. You know.
Mhm.
So I know sometimes you have to. It takes to take time because you're not gonna learn all this in one day. We know that for sure. Um. By the way, I took this one too. I took AUD USD here. Where was it? What was the break of structure? I think it was this retest of this area here. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, I got in um when price came back and retested here.
Nice.
And I took this whole thing up for that day. And then I got out. I shouldn't have got out because it's steady shooting through, broke here, coming up. Long as it don't come back on this other end. If it come back and retest this area and bounce up, it can come through here. You can play this back and forth area. But me, I wait for it to come out of it and then look for my other areas after that.
Yeah, I probably do the same.
Right. So that's how I would trade that. Now, if I was catching it when it came here and retested here, I would more than likely take it up to here. But being
Right.
that it's in here now, I don't want to take it now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, that's basically how we've been trading lately. Like I said, it's not difficult. It's been pretty much simple. Like Euro USD, it broke this
How have you been?
structure.
Have you been finding it like how's your win rate been? Have you been finding it successful?
Yeah, we haven't. Well, I don't think she haven't lost as of yet, and I think I lost. I think
Nice.
I lost one trade because I got out. I just got out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I lost. But I have been pretty much accurate the whole time. This whole week and last week, I haven't lost a
That's
trade since.
great. That's really cool.
So it's been just like win, win, win because the break and retest is just where it's at. If you know how to do it, it's very accurate. But see, a lot of people just do break and retest on like areas like this,
Yeah.
and they don't have the higher time frame structure areas. They don't have none of this. So you notice I don't have any lines where I'm talking about break and retest here, and so on and so forth. I look for the key areas. I could take this and pull this and do a break and retest. I know
Yeah.
what mine, but my areas will be here, break of here, retest here, and take it all the way up to here.
Uh-huh.
That's how I like to take it. I don't just take the mid ones and all of that because you can see this broke here a clear break retest, you could have took it bare minimum of this area here.
Uh-huh.
You would call something that actually went further, but I would have probably got out around this area here.
Uh-huh. Oh, so you're only you're kind of really mainly doing the 4-hour structures, or
say it again.
so you're mainly focusing on like the break and retest of 4-hour structures, or